Hmm. Okay. So in the last class, we have seen what is meant by the function, and also we have seen the different types of the functions. In that we have seen one-to-one function, and we have seen the on-to function, and also we have seen bisection. So the one-to-one function is also called as a injection. On-to function is also called as a surjection. Bisection means which is both one and onto, then such function is called the bisective function. So if any function is said to be a bisective, the number of elements in the set A and the number of elements in the set B must be equal. Then only we can able to form one and onto functions. Okay. So in the last class we have seen these three types of the functions. Now today we will see the some other functions that is called many to one function. Keep the subheading. Many to one function. Now look at this. What is meant by this many to one function? Means the name itself represents many to one. Means many elements of the set A should have the same mapping in the set B. Means at least two elements should have the same mapping. That is, suppose f is a function from A to B. F is the function from A to B. Suppose A has some elements say 1, 2, 3, 4. B has some elements say A, B, C, D, E, etc. Suppose from the set A, at least two elements should have the same mapping. That is, suppose one has a map with A, two has a map with A, three has a map with B, and four has a map with C. Let us assume that. Then this is called the many to one function. Means many element means two element has the same function, same image. Or three elements also may have the same image. 1, 2, 3, 4. A, B, C. Let us assume that one has the B, two has the B, three has the mapping with the B, four has with the C. Let us assume that. Here also you can observe that more than one element have the same mapping. So such function is called the many to one function. Means from the set A, at least two elements should have the same mapping. At least two elements. At least two means either two or more than two elements may have the same mapping. Okay. Or this is you can also call like that. Because if any function is like that, we are not calling it as a one. One means every element should have the different images. Okay. हर एलिमेंट को अलग अलग इमेजेस चाहिए. The such elements are called the such function is called the one. But this is not the one. That's why many to one you can also call it as like that. The function which is not one is called the many to one. The function which is not one is called the many to one function. Like that also you can give the definition for the many to one function. Okay. Write on this one. Many to one function. Write down in that. If f map A to B, if f map A to B is a function, f map A to B is a function such that at least two elements in set A, have the same element, same image in set B, have the same elements in set B is called many to one function. Is called many to one function. Or the function which is not one, the function which is not one is called many to one function. The function which is not 1, 1 is called many to one function. Okay. Next. For example, take this example. For example, you can take this example. Next, keep the subheading into function. Into function. Now look at this. What is meant by this into function? Means if f maps a to b is a function, f is the function from a to b, such that suppose if it has 1, 2, 3, 4, and if it has elements say a, b, c, d, e, etc. A, B, C, D, E, etc. Suppose 1 has a mapping with A, 2 has with B, 3 has with C, and 4 has with D. Suppose if the mappings are there like that. Tell me, can I call it as an 1, 1 function? Is it 1, 1?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Every element has the different images in the set B. Can I call it as an onto?
No.
No.
Yes.
Onto
Yes.
means
No.
onto means every element of the set B should have the pre-image in the set A. Every element means in the set B there is no empty element at all. That is called the onto. But into means in the set B at least one free element should be there. At least one free element should be there. Means here E is the free element. So this is an into function. Onto means no free element should be there in the set B. But into means at least one free element will be there in the set B. That is called an into function. So that's why this is also called as like that. The function which is not onto is called an into. The function which is not onto is called an into function. That's why. So because here the codomain is A, B, C, D, E. But the range is A, B, C, D only. That's why range will have at least one element less than the codomain. That's why in this into function, range is always proper subset to the codomain. In an into function, range is always proper subset of the codomain, means codomain should have at least one more element than the range. Because at least one free element should be there here. That's why the codomain will have at least one more element than the range. Understand? Right on that? If f map A to B, if f map A to B is a function, f map A to B is a function, and if it is not onto, and if it is not onto, and if it is not onto, then it is called an into function. Then it is called an into function. If it is not onto, then it is called an into function. That is at least one free element should be there in the set B. That is at least one free element should be there in the set B. At least one free element should be there in the set B. Okay, that is the next line. In an into function, range is proper subset of the codomain. Right on this. This is symbol for the proper subset. Range is proper subset of the codomain. Now keep this subheading. Inverse function. Inverse function. Look at this. What is meant by this inverse function? Means if f is the function defined from a to b, then a function, if it is defined from b to the a, then the function from b to the a is called its inverse function. That is will represent by f power minus 1, and we will read it as an f inverse. Remember that f power minus 1 is not equal to 1 by f. ये दोनों भी अलग है. F power minus 1 is not equal to 1 by f. So f power minus 1 means that is called the f inverse. That is the function from a to b. So suppose if I consider a function as like that, there is a set A and there is a set B, and if the function is defined from set A to the B, suppose it has 1, 2, 3, 4, and if it has elements say A, B, C, D, let us assume that. If one has a mapping with A, 2 is with B, 3 is with C, 4 is with D. Means here the function is defined from A to B. Already we know the definition of the function that every element of the set A should have unique image in the set B. Every element of the set A has unique image in the set B. So then the relation from A to B is called a function. So here if you observe that every element has a unique relation, एक relation है, right? हर element को एक ही relation है is the set B में. So this is called the function. Similarly, if I define a function from B to A, if I define a function from the B to A, then this is called its inverse function. So define the function from B to A means every element of the set B should have unique image in the set A. Every element of the set B should have the unique image in the set A, then that is called the function from B to A. That function is called as an inverse of the F, that is represented by F inverse. Understand? So means here also observe that every element of the set B has the unique image in the set A only. So if you observe this problem or this function, is it 1, 1? Is it 1, 1?
Yes.
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 Is it onto?
Yes.
Yes. It is 1, 1 and onto also, because onto means no element is there here, no? No element, no free element is there. That's why it is an onto also. That's why it is 1, 1 and onto. So that's why we are able to define a function from B to A. So B to A भी function define हो रहा है ना? हर element का एक एक image है इधर. That's why B to A भी function define हो रहा है. That's why the function from B to A will exist. That is called the F inverse. That is the inverse function. Suppose if I take the function like this, A, B, suppose A has 1, 2, 3, 4, and B has say A, B, C, D, E. One has a mapping with A, 2 with B, 3 with C, and 4 with D. Is it 1, 1?
Yes.
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 Is it onto?
No.
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 Then can I define a function from B to A? B से A.
No.
Define कर सकते क्या? Function बोले तो every
No.
element of the set B should have the free image in the set A. Every element should have the unique image in this. Every element की image नहीं ना? It is 1, 1, but not onto. That's why we can't able to define a function from B to A. Okay. Similarly, if I take the function like that, suppose if the function is like this, B has A, B, C, and the function is like this. One has mapping with A, 2 is with B, 3 is with C, 4 is with C. Is it 1, 1?
No.
Yes.
1, 1, 1, 1 है क्या? 1,
No,
1
sir.
बोले तो
No.
no, because 3 and 4 has the same image है ना? This is a many to 1. It is not 1, 1. Okay, is it 1, 2?
Yes.
Yes, it is
Yes,
on
sir.
2. It is on 2. Means
Yes.
it is not 1, 1, but on 2. Now, can I define a function from B to A? B से A function define कर सकता है क्या?
No.
No.
No. Function बोले तो हर element को एक ही image चाहिए था. So, but C का दो image है ना? That's why it is not a function. That's why if you want to define a function from B to A, it should be 1, 1 and on 2. Then only we can able to define the function from B to A. This is a very important point. You have to remember that. for any function, the inverse will exist if that function is 1, 1 and onto. That is called bisection. Okay. If any function is said to be a bisective function, then only the inverse will exist. Then that inverse is from B to A. Right. So here A is called the domain. If it is 1, 1 and onto, range and codomain are equal. If it is 1, 1 and onto means range and codomain is equal. A is called the domain and B is called the range. And for inverse function, B is the domain and A is the range. That's why for a given function and for its inverse function, range and codomain will get interchanged. Okay, range of the function is equal to the domain of the inverse function. So range of the given function, so domain of the given function is the range of the inverse function. Range and domain will get interchanged. Okay, this is important point you have to remember. You write on that. If F maps A to B, if F maps A to B is bisection, then the function from B to A, will define this function is called inverse of F, inverse function of F, and it is denoted by F power minus 1, F raised to minus 1, and it is denoted by F raised to minus 1. Therefore, F inverse maps B to A. F inverse maps B to A. Here, domain of F is equal to range of F inverse, and range of F is equal to domain of F inverse. Domain of F inverse. That's the point you have to remember. These are the different types of the functions. Next we'll see that modulus function. Modulus function. Now look at this. So what is meant by this modulus function? Means already in our school level you are aware about mod x. When we will use this mod x? Means, since tell me what is the value of under root x square?
X.
X.
Sure?
X.
Sure? Suppose what is
Plus
the value of
minus
under root
x.
30?
Plus
or
minus
x?
6.
So that's why, because here x I don't know, actually the square root function is always a positive function. If any value is coming out of the square root, should be positive always. So if any value is coming outside the square root, should be positive. So that's why root x square, we will keep it as a modulus of x. Don't write the x, because I don't know what is the value of the x. X positive हो सकता है, negative भी हो सकता है. इसलिए compulsorily root x square means I have to keep the modulus of x. And this mod x is defined as an, if x is positive, mod रखने के लिए जरूर नहीं, डायरेक्टली हमको x लिख सकते हैं. x पॉजिटिव है तो डायरेक्टली हमने x लिख सकते हैं. बट व्हेन x is negative, what is the value of the mod x? Suppose if I take mod of minus 6, what is the value of modulus of minus 6?
6.
6.
6 बोले तो this is I can add the minus of minus 6 no?
Yes.
Minus of minus 6 लिख सकते हैं. Minus 6 means that is the given value. इसका पहले minus रखा तो plus से होता ना? So means this is the negative. The given value is a negative. To make it as a positive, हमको और एक minus रखा तो बाजू में इसका plus होता ना? इसलिए x का वैल्यू हमको नहीं पता है. Suppose x नेगेटिव आ गया है तो mod x is equal to we have to write minus x. Mod x is equal to minus x. You can write it as a minus x. Here x is minus 6, which is negative, right? When x is negative, this is correct minus x. That becomes the positive. When x is negative, this itself is the negative. If you multiply by the minus sign, this total value becomes positive. So this is the definition of the mod x. This carefully we have to remember that the root x square means under the square root whenever there is a variable. If you don't know about that variable, whether it is a positive or a negative, whenever you remove the negative that square root, we have to keep the modulus. Then the definition of the mod x is that mod x is equal to directly connect the x when x is positive. Mod x is equal to we have to write the minus x when x is negative. This is the definition of the mod x. Carefully remember that. Okay. So mod x is equal to the x when x is positive. Mod x is equal to minus x when x is negative. So this definition we have to remember. This is called the modulus function. Okay, write on this. Write another definition for the modulus. The another function is signum function. Signum function. Signum function, or this is, you can also call it as a signature function. Signum function or signature function, both are same. So what is meant by the signum function means that is we will write as an SGNX. The signum function we will write as an SGN, that is called the signature or signum. Signum of x or signature of the x is nothing but this is defined as an, this value is mod x by x when x is not equal to 0. So that is defined as an mod x by x when x is not equal to 0, and this is 0 when x is equal to 0. So such function is called the signature function or signum function. That is when x is not equal to 0, that is mod x by x. But actually when x is 0, is 0 by 0 we are getting here if we substitute directly. But 0 by 0 is undetermined. That's why that is defined as an, take it as a 0 when x is 0. That is called the signature function. This is further, you can also simplify like this. The signature x is equal to, because there is a mod x is there, just now I have given the definition of the mod x when x positive and when x negative. Suppose when x is positive, when x is positive, what is the mod x? When x is positive, mod x equal to, how do you write it? When x is positive, mod x equal to?
Positive.
Positive, mod always positive है, but when x is positive, mod x का definition क्या है? X. When x is positive, mod x is x, right? So when x is positive, mod x become x, x by x, 1. That's why this value is 1 when x is positive. When x is negative, mod x is equal to how much?
-1.
Minus x.
Minus x upon x का होता? -1. When x is 0, it is 0. This is the original definition of the signature function or signal function. Means when x is positive, the signature of the x is 1. When x is negative, signature of the x is -1. When x is 0, signature of the x is 0. Okay, this is the definition of it. Take that.
Complete, sir.
Total
Okay.
functions.
Hmm?
Okay.
So these are the different types of the function, and we have one more function that is called the composite function. Is this somebody? Composite function. So already in the relations we have seen about the composite relation. So like that there is also the composite function, that is, suppose f is the function from a to b. F is the function from a to b. Then g is the function from b to c. If g is the function from b to the c, then the function from a to c is called its composite function. If f is the function from a to b, g is the function from b to the c, then the function from a to c is called its composite function. So that is, we will write as an g circle f. G circle f. In between write the circle, and we will read it as an G circle f. We will write it as. Okay. So means while writing that, here this is order is from A to the C. But while writing first we'll write the G then F. Ulta. We'll write in the reverse order. Okay. Just a minute. Okay. Means while writing that we will write in the reverse order. Suppose if A, small a is the element of the A, small b is the element of the B, small c is the element of the C. If A has a mapping with B, B has a mapping with the C, then f is the function from A to the B, then this mapping we will write as an f of A is equal to B. That mapping will write that f of A is equal to the B, means where A is the domain, B is the range. Similarly, G is the function from B to the C, means it is G of B is equal to C, we will write it as G of B is equal to the C. Now, for the G circle F, this is the function from A to C. For this function, the domain is A. Now, if I consider
G of
G
C.
circle F of A, if I consider, for this function that A is the domain. Now, I want to find the range of that. To find its a range, always remember that whenever there is a circle, then this is, you have to write that G of F of A. Like that we have to write it. Whenever the circle is there, while simplifying that, we'll take the bracket there. G of F of A. When circle is there. When circle is not there, that is different. Suppose if they are given that find GF. Circle is not there. In certain cases, this is meaning of G of A into F of A. Or G of X into F of X. That is the product of the function. And circle is not there. When circle is there, that is the composite function. Okay? When circle is there, that is the composite function. In certain cases, you have to give the bracket like this. Then that is equal to G of F of A. F of A क्या है? B. That is G of B. What is the G of B? That is equal to C.
C.
Therefore, हमको G circle F of A आ गया C. That's why A is the domain and C will be the range of that. Therefore, this is G circle F. Now, from this, F is the function from A to B. Then what is the function from B to C, B to A? F is the function from A to B. Then B to A क्या बोलते हैं?
F inverse.
F inverse. Similarly, C to B क्या बोलते हैं?
G inverse.
G inverse.
G inverse. G inverse. Then, how do you write that? C to A overall? C to A.
G circle.
G
Inverse.
G sir.
G circle
No.
F inverse.
F inverse circle G inverse. Just उल्टा लिखना पड़ेगा ना? So this is order is C to A, but here F inverse circle G inverse. So this is F inverse circle G inverse. Now we know that G circle F is a function from A to B. A to B, G circle F. So then C to A is, that is, you can also write G circle F whole inverse. Right? G circle F is the function from A to C. Then C to A means इसका inverse. That G circle F whole inverse. ये दोनों function देखो, ये दोनों का domain C and range is A. That's why ये दोनों functions equal. That's why G circle F whole inverse is equal to F inverse circle G inverse. This is the point you have to remember. G circle F whole inverse is equal to F inverse circle G inverse. Okay, उल्टा होता है. Similarly, how do you write F circle G whole inverse?
G
G
inverse
inverse
circle F inverse.
circle F inverse.
Good. G inverse circle F inverse. So I select something. Okay. Here I done this. If F map A to B, if F map A to B and G map B to C, F map A to B and G map B to C are two functions, then the function from A to C, is called its composite function. Function from A to C is called its composite function. Is called its composite function, and it is written as G circle F, and it can be written as G circle F. G circle F. Okay. Therefore, write down like this. Therefore, if F maps A to B, G maps B to C, then G circle F maps A to C. G circle F maps A to C. Okay. And that is G circle F whole inverse. G circle F whole inverse is equal to F inverse circle G inverse. Second, F circle G whole inverse is equal to G inverse circle F inverse. G inverse circle F inverse. Okay. So these are the points we have to remember. So these are all the concepts and the types of all the functions. So we should go through all these types properly, because particularly for solving the problems on the functions, you may get some confusion. So that's why we require the practice to avoid that confusion. If you are not practicing, then always the confusion will be there. So if you practice the different types of the problems on your own, then we will not get any confusion. Easily we will get the idea also, and we will feel that the problems or the topic of the function is very, very easy topic. So particularly for the CET level, from the sets, relations and the functions, we will get the 2 questions at least. From second 2 questions we will get it, that is the 4 marks for the mathematics. Okay. So, and keep the subheading real valued function.
Sir, how many total functions are there?
हो गया, total functions हो गया. Now this is if they are given one particular format, then we will identify which function will satisfy that. All the types of the functions हो गया. Now real valued function, in that Okay, this first one. Suppose if the condition is given like that, f of x plus y is equal to f of x plus f of y if they are given. F represent function, remember that. F of x plus y means that is the function in terms of x plus y. That is the meaning of it. Okay. F of x means this is the function in terms of the x. F of y means that is the function in terms of the y. That is the meaning of it. Okay. Suppose if the condition is given like that, then this is going to satisfy this. Means this is the standard function. This we have to remember. Suppose for example, if I take that f of x is equal to that like that, is the kx, which is called the linear function. Because it is the linear function. Now, if I consider f of x plus y, f of x plus y means you have to replace x by x plus y, right? x का जगह में x plus y रखना पड़ेगा. So इधर x का जगह में that is f of x plus y. If you multiply this, it is kx plus ky. So kx that is going to represent f of x, ky that is right f of y. Okay, इसमें x का जगह में y रखा तो f of y equal to ky होता ना. So that's why f of x plus y, we got that f of x plus f of y. This satisfies this condition. No? That's why whenever the condition is given like that, the function which is satisfies this condition is x is equal to kx. Remember that. So the function kx will satisfy this condition. So this is the point.